All right. Start this off first and foremost. I am truly blessed and grateful and humbled to be put in this position. It's taken a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices, not only from me, but from so many people around me. I want to say thank you to the Green Bay Packers organization, also my agents, David Mulugeta, Andrew Kessler, for being able to finalize this deal. I want to say thank you to my family for their love and support. They've been with me through it all. I also want to thank my teammates and coaches for being patient with me throughout this process. None of this is possible without them. I'd like to thank our fans. I feel like we have the best fans in the league, and I appreciate all their support through my time being here. But with that being said, I'm excited to have an opportunity to go out and earn this every day and prove to people who believe me right. And now I'm ready to get to work and prepare ourselves for the season ahead and chase the ultimate goal that we have of winning the Super Bowl. Open it up.
What are these last few days been like for you? Just waiting and that's what's the emotions been like?
Yeah, it's been tough. I think the biggest thing is just not being on the field with my guys. Obviously been here in the building, been around them, which is, I felt something that has been important, but definitely it's been tough not being on the field.
How much responsibility do you feel? I mean, obviously you're focused no matter what, but when you get a contract like this and the team shows this kind of faith in you, just what kind of responsibility do you feel coming in?
Oh man, I mean, it's definitely a blessing, and that's why I'm very grateful that the Packers believe in me and are putting that faith in me, and it's definitely anytime you make it to the NFL, I think since I've been here, it's just something that I felt important to be able to go out there and put in my best, be my best every day, come in here and work hard to be able to prove these guys right, and then obviously put in the work for my teammates to be able to be the best player I can be for them.
A year ago, I mean, you were in here, and none of us really knew, no one on the outside really knew what you were going to do, and here you are, the highest paid guy in the league. A year later, how did you get to that point in just 1 year?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the work. I've been here, I've been with the Packers, putting in the work, I feel like in the shadows, in the background, being out there, practice every day and trying to just work on my craft and learn. Obviously was blessed and fortunate to be behind, one of the best to do it and, learned so much through my time with Aaron and, kind of just played the waiting game. And, there's a lot of questions going into last year and, I just had to go out there with my team and be the best player I could be and kind of, have my play speak for myself. And like you said, now we're here, and it's definitely a blessing.
With a deal like this, how do you make sure that you don't change who you are?
Yeah, I don't think that's the hard part. I mean, I think, you got to keep the main thing. I've stuck to that, just being the person I am and try and find ways to improve the player I can be and the leader I can be. And that's the mindset, always try and get better, but, I try and keep the main thing. Don't change who you are and just stay true to yourself.
I imagine for days now, you've probably been waiting for this to happen, knowing that it would get done. How did you find out yesterday that it was going to be the day, and what was yesterday like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely been the waiting game these past couple of days. Just trying to be patient, but knowing that it was going to get done here soon. But yeah, I mean, right after we got done, my agents FaceTimed me and gave me the news and broke to me. So it was a very special day hearing that and just going through the whole motions of, obviously getting a contract, being able to be here, and then just obviously being able to get back on the field with the guys. So it was definitely a very special day.
How much did you have an idea of where things did stand? Did you kind of just say, all right, agents, take care of this, it's up in your hands? How close were you to the situation?
Yeah, I wasn't very close. I'm in my world, I try and just let them handle that. Obviously, there's so much back and forth that goes on with these deals that, I don't really want to get carried away with all the different things that's going back and forth. So I try and just focus on ball, let them handle that. And, I think they do a great job of what they do. I think Russ and the Packers do a great job of what they do. So, they would give me updates here and there about if it was getting close. And, I think my biggest thing was like how much longer we're going to be, sitting out and not be out there on the field. So, but I think they did a great job, but I wasn't very involved.
Kenny Clark told us his talk started at Combine in February. So when you go 6 months, there's some highs and lows there. Was it that long of a period for you?
No, you know, I think, you know, it's something that we always said that they would try and get done before training camp, but, you know, I don't think it picked up until after OTA, so I wasn't, you know, going through the same situation as Kenny. But, you know, with some of these things, it just takes time. There's a lot of back and forth. But, no, I wasn't, my situation, I don't feel was that long.
Were you frustrated when your reps basically, I guess, told you that you shouldn't practice?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, they're here to do what's best for me, and, you know, they suggested that, and it's a tough situation. You know, you want to be out there, especially at the beginning of training camp, you know, you want to be out there with the guys, but something that I definitely understand, and, you know, they want what's best for me, and, you know, there's a lot of risk that goes into it, being so close. It's something that I knew was going to happen fairly soon. Once we got into training camp, I was hoping it got done before training camp, but, you know, we got back and that's where we were at. But, yeah, there was a little, you know, disappointment not being able to be out there on the field.
There's pressure being a first-round pick. There's pressure replacing Aaron. There's pressure with must-winning games down the stretch like last year. How do you handle it, and does this compare at all pressure-wise?
I mean, you know, with the pressure, I think I've always said this. I feel like just being an NFL quarterback, there's always pressure. I mean, you say being a first-round pick, there's pressure. Become the starter, there's pressure, but there's always pressure, and I think that's, you know, part of the job that, you know, we sign up for. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best player you can be every day, and be able to show up and kind of block all the noise out, block the pressure out, and that's kind of goes into mental, how you can, you know, handle some of the stuff that's thrown at you, and just try and be at your best every day. But there's always pressure. There's no hiding that. But I don't think this, you know, I've been in some pretty pressure situations, so I think there's always going to be that, but just find a way to navigate through this and handle it as best I can.
I can tell you that Aaron, by year 3, his training camp, he looked ready behind Brett, but Brett had another year there. Today, Matt said, you know, Jordan's camp in 22 and your scout team work, you looked ready. Did you feel that way?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I think when I first got here, not having my first training camp with COVID, and I mean, not training camp, but OTAs, yeah, with COVID, there was definitely a lot thrown at you your rookie year, and I you know, I felt that. Definitely felt I wasn't ready, and you know, there was just so much learning that was going on, and I wasn't feeling like the player I was in college to be able to play fast and all those things. And you know, year 2 coming back, I felt a little bit more prepared, but I definitely think by year 3, you know, I was ready. You know, I was ready to take over, ready to get on the field, and ready to just go out there and showcase what I've been working on.
Jordan, who did you lean on most when this whole contract scenario was playing out?
Yeah, definitely family. You know, family is always somebody that my mom, my fiance is, you know, always people I can go back and that's my, you know, those are my rocks. You know, I can go back and talk to them about anything. So that's definitely who I leaned on. But I mean, also my teammates, just being back here in the facility with them. You know, they know the situation, what's going on. So just being able to talk to those guys was, you know, helped me get through it.
Summer for you, I mean, you get engaged and now you get this contract. Just what's this last month been like for you emotionally, just going through all these changes?
Yeah, been a lot. Obviously, the engagement was very special. You know, once in a lifetime thing right there. So it was very special, and you know, obviously, my fiance Ronica Stone was you know, excited about it as well. So it's something that we were you know, just excited to be able to have happen. And then, you know, transitioning into training camp and getting ready, and yesterday was a very exciting day as well. So there's been a lot of, you know, emotions of just excitement, and but I mean, I'm trying to keep the main thing, and just get ready for the season ahead of us.
What was your first thought when your agents did suggest, okay, probably not good to practice until this thing's done?
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, you hear it, and, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, man, like, I don't want to do that. But, you know, you just want to be on the field with the guys and keep working and getting better and building upon everything we've done in OTAs. But at the same time, you know, I understand the situation. You know, anything can happen out there on the field, and it's one of those things that, you know, I just got to, you know, listen to them. They want the best for me, and are working on this thing, and I got to trust those guys.
That let slip that you did throw behind the scenes, some had some guys catch with it. What have you been doing the past week? Well, you haven't practiced in public, but what have you been doing behind the scenes?
Yeah, you know, after practice, we'd go in the indoor and just, you know, do a little throwing session, kind of go through the script of plays that, you know, were ran that day, and just keep my mind right on the plays and the footwork and the timing of things, and do a little running and conditioning back just to stay ready.
With you.
Different guys. I mean, Tucker's been out there. Tucker Kraft, since he's been not been practicing. Jay Reed was out there the first couple of days when he wasn't practicing, and then some of the equipment guys been out there.
Jordan, that deep ball to Christian in the 2-minute, what did that feel like? What did that look like to you?
Yeah, it felt good. It felt good to be able to hit Christian in stride on a deep ball, and I felt like the defense they've been doing such a great job since we started camp, and just kind of sitting on the routes and jumping some things. And we saw early on they were able to jump a couple of the plays, and a testament to them. I think they've been doing an outstanding job. But it felt good to be able to get one and just run by him. And Christian is the speed of the team right there, so to be able to hit him in stride and him make that play it felt good to connect on that first day back for sure.
You mentioned like pre-snap. Did you know like they're in single high and I've got a chance outside?
Oh, I mean, just the play we had called. I knew that both corners were off, and I looked out and saw Christian out there. And I was like, I'm definitely throwing it to Christian right here and just give him a chance, and hoping the DBs didn't just turn and take off running. But no, I had a feeling Christian would win on that.
Your mom, your family, everybody that was involved with this. Just what was that moment like for you? When you tell her that this thing was done and you've been rewarded in that way.
Yeah, it was special. Obviously, my mom is. Been a rock in my whole life, and she's been there with me through it all of, taking me to Little League practices, being there for all those games, and, a lot of adversity that we've been through in life. And, she's at all of these games, coming and supporting me, and, just my rock. So to be able to share that moment with her and tell her was very special, and, she's just very excited about it as well. So it's definitely a special moment.
You gonna treat yourself with any certain purchase? Gotta ask.
I don't have anything off the top of my head right now. In camp we don't get to get out and buy anything, so I'm stuck here. But we'll see. I mean, there will definitely be something down the road, but I don't have my mind on anything right now.
You got a wedding to pay for, right?
I do. I'll be after the season, all that. But yeah, definitely. Price went up on the wedding, I guess.
Christian maybe is not expecting a nice Christmas gift, but he would like one.
Oh yeah, no, we'll have some Christmas gifts ready to go for sure.
Did you see that Rogers said you should buy his house, which is
Yeah. Tom showed me that right before this, and Aaron's told me that when we were out there in the flag football game we played earlier in the off season, he told me the same thing. But somebody will buy it. It's probably not me.
Have you heard from him directly?
Yeah, he reached out, so we talked yesterday.
Today, there was one, though, when you're headed toward the south end zone, you roll to your left, you got heavy pressure, and you connect with Josh Jacobs. I mean, how good did that feel? How's that connection coming along?
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. Obviously, the play broke down pretty quickly, and kind of just got into scramble mode right there and trying to find an outlet, and Josh is right there. But I think Josh is, since he's been here, he's got phenomenal hands, and, you definitely see that he wants to be involved in the pass game and get out, and obviously, I heard some stuff that he hasn't got his receiving touchdown yet, so that's something that we'll be working on this year. But no, it's definitely been awesome just connecting with him and getting him caught up on everything, and he's going to be a great weapon for us this year.
When you reflect on your NFL career so far, how rewarding is a moment like last night when the contract is signed and done with?
Yeah, very rewarding. I think just so far in my career, there's been so many question marks, getting drafted here and being behind Aaron and not knowing what that whole situation would be like, and, where I would be, when I would get my opportunity. So it's been humbling, and just something that I've had to work in the background, like I said, and just keep working and staying true to myself and finding ways to get better and being patient, trusting the process. So I think there's just been a lot of question marks on and not knowing, but I think that's the NFL. There's a lot of unknown. Everybody is, trying to be their best and get that next contract. So it's definitely very rewarding.
So many things out of control those first 3 years. Did you ever think this might never happen? Not just like with money, but the money, the starting, maybe having the whole shebang,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's part of it. There's just a lot of unknown that goes into it, not knowing when the opportunity would come, not even knowing if it would come here. With Aaron, when he was playing so well, back-to-back MVPs, him signing another contract. So it was a lot of question marks for me that went into it. But, stick to just trying to control what I can control. And that's, you know, when I did get those reps, preseason reps, OTA reps, whatever it may be, just trying to get better and be the best player I can be.
Two more for Jordan.
How excited are you just to be the face of the franchise? Not saying you weren't last year, but with this big contract extension, and do you feel like there's a responsibility that comes with it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I felt that taking over last year, being the starter. I mean, just this place alone, being the Green Bay Packers quarterback and all the great QB play that's been here for the, you know, however long it's been. But there's definitely a responsibility and, you know, a certain play style and, you know, a certain leadership style that you got to have to be here. But it feels good. I mean, it's definitely just goes to show, you know, the Packers putting their trust and their faith in me for the next 4 years. And it's something that I'm focused on earning every day and going out and put my best foot forward for them, for the team, for the organization, and everybody. And like I said, chasing that goal of winning a Super Bowl.
Speaking of that, you were talking about pressure and mental coach. Anybody who's spent time with you now for the last couple of years, we can tell you're not the type of guy that's going to get complacent. You're not going to change who you are. But is there an internal pressure of, and I mentioned this to Matt this morning, like Randall Cobb, when he got his big contract, he pressed a little bit. He felt like, I have to prove to everybody that I deserve this. Is there that part of it, and do you have to manage that part, like the conscientiousness that you have inside you?
Yeah, you do. I mean, there's always a part that goes into it of that, and that's where you got to stay focused and not trying to do, you know, too much ever. I mean, I always tell the guys out there, don't try and do too much. Just do your job, stick to that, be the best at it you can be, focus on your job and getting better. But, you know, I was talking to Dr. Carr a little bit earlier today just about, you know, that mindset that goes into it of, you know, you got the contract now, not trying to do too much, but, I mean, you know, do the same thing that's got you here. Try and build on that, build on your approach, build on the little things, but, yeah, you got to stay in that mindset of not trying to go out there and, you know, be Superman or do stuff that you haven't done ever in the past before. I mean, you don't have to change who you are. Just try and get better, focus on the little things, and yeah. But I mean, I've talked to people, and that's the main mindset is just trying to stay who you are, stay true to yourself.
So when you'll be doing your availabilities here in the
What was that?
auditorium from now on?
That'd be nice. I mean, get out of the locker room, but I think we'll be back in the locker room. But all good. Thank you, guys.